Wait, don't do it. And you already knew it. It's Raffi and NuNu. And you know what to do. It's wait, don't do it. It's wait, don't do it. You better keep that. That was actually pretty cute. Oh my God, everyone. Wow. You know, we're doing weekly uploads. We're doing weekly uploads, and it only takes a couple crash outs for us to get here, y'all.
Allegedly, that'll be cut out because I don't like to commit. Welcome back, child. This is Wait Don't Be the Headlines. Let's get into it.
You see, this is Faye Dunaway's first time on the podcast, so please mind her as she's learning.
This is not my first time at the Snatch game. No, Old Hollywood is definitely the inspo lately, right? You ever just look at Betty Davis, at Faye Dunaway, at Dorothy Dandruff, and just say, beauty. Yeah.
I actually do think like, oh my God, I really want to dress like Faye Dunaway for a audio podcast. let the people really have it.
Really have it, Diva. No, yes. Wait, don't be the headlines. I am your girl, NuNu Paris, and that voice you just heard was...
My name is Raffi, and we are Wait Don't Do It, your favorite DC's messiest podcast, where we just talk shit, because why not?
And today, we are going in deep on the latest headlines, really the deepest headlines. First, the U.S. government just shut down. And of course, this eternal rap battle between Barney B and Nicki Minaj. So we have a lot.
This will be a non-biased summary and recap of today's headlines. We're going to try to keep things very unbiased and unbarb-like. But remember, be mindful that freedom of speech definitely will exist in this podcast, and NuNu Paris will definitely maximize it. Similar to how Nicki's handling it right now on Twitter. You're a transformer. You showed up to a podcast to talk about Nicki Minaj looking like a 45-year-old woman. Nicki Minaj is not even 45 yet. And
you have to put the black and white filter on it.
Oh, girl, I know. That one.
My gosh. Anyway, what I was so uncomfortable. The way I laugh so uncomfortably is because you brought up freedom of speech. And again, that is such a touchy topic here in our country. But I do want to say that we do value freedom of speech, and we're going to continue to bring you guys the news unfiltered and raw. So let's start where bills go unpaid. DC. Like, imagine waking up and your job just saying, nope, no job today, no bills, no payment. That's it. That's DC.
How would I feel if I woke up and found out that I can't go to work because the whole world is shut down, technically?
World?
I mean, America's shut down right now. America's on holiday. America's has a Monday off, like a Monday holiday off right now.
No, crazy. They're on a Jet 2 holiday, honey. That's what we're on.
Jet 2 holiday right now. America's on a Jet 2 holiday. It really, like, imagine being a government worker in DC and then seeing it on some people might have found out just from seeing a headline on Shade Room. Like, that's how I found about it. So, like, imagine finding out that you
not the Shade.
The Shade
Room.
That's how I found it. That was my news source.
Is that a sneak? What's up with the Shade Room?
What do you mean?
They're a new source for all types of urban audiences. Why are you saying like, I had to find out via Shade Room, not like as opposed to what?
As opposed to watching it on any other thing.
NPR. What do you listen to? Tell me.
I don't listen to NPR. I listen to the Shade Room. I didn't even hear from anybody else. You didn't tell me. You sent me screenshots of Nicki Minaj cursing out a pregnant woman. But you didn't send me the government. You didn't send me anything regarding the government. So I had to find out through third-party sources.
Yeah, like Twitter. It is crazy. It is honestly crazy because the government is closed, but your rent, your bills, still open, bitch. Why over?
Yeah,
it's gaggy. It's also the beginning of the month. That's also gaggy.
Can we do that? Actually, can we? Hey, we can work that out. We're not even a state. Like, since the government literally shut down and the government's here, we technically, first of all, you're overcharging us for electricity right now. DC's getting killed with these bills. So we need to not pay them for that because that's really expensive. Rent, we need to really not pay rent right now because I'm assuming the government has something to do with rent. Like, they have to oversee some level of the rent. So that should be paid. And you know what? Finally, since the government is not running right now, what should be happening? When I get my check tomorrow, I should get the whole amount. There should
no
be
taxes.
No tax taken
what you
out.
talk about?
No taxes taken out. I should have my whole check because the government shut down. So since y'all decided to take a whole month off because of whatever Trump's doing, then okay, I shouldn't have to pay my taxes for the rest of the month. That sounds like a deal.
Yeah, I think that should just be the American deal. The thing is, he's so dystopian in that the government never shut down until Trump was in office. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, we didn't have shutdown.
I remember, I think the first time, I can't remember the first time the government shut down, but it was in my like youth. Like I think it was in high school, wasn't it? I think it had
He's
to shut.
1930. You said high
No,
school, right?
no. I think it definitely shut down. Like, didn't it shut down? If it didn't shut down during Bill Clinton, it shut down during Obama's one time. Look it up.
Oh my God.
You were alive. You were definitely alive during the 1930 ones.
Look
But
around.
what about the one that
Well,
happened?
okay, it looks like there was one during Barack Obama.
Girl, no
He
shade,
and
no
then there was
shade.
one during or two during the Bill Clinton era.
Yes.
Wow, I was not aware of this.
Where were you?
Okay, 2013. Oh, girl, 2013. I was lucky to be alive. I was only focused. I don't even think I read the news then or knew anything about news. I knew about my feelings. I knew about being sad. I knew about Lady Gaga's new album, Art Pop. I knew about Miley Cyrus' album Bangers. That's what I think about when I think
This was
2013.
college. Yeah. This was your first year teaching.
Yeah, I was just turning 21, getting my life
You didn't
together,
give a fuck about the
drinking.
government.
I don't know what the fuck the government was. I didn't know
Also,
what I was
isn't
doing.
school government fun? How does that work? Why are the kids going to school? Our friends should have the day off.
I definitely think DC public schools should be affected. But again, DC, I mean, I know you're not a real state, but like, yeah, it's not the government, right? That's a Mayor Bowser question. That they have your own little governing body that determines that.
I don't know how it works. I think they make it so messy and interconnected that they make it hard for us to understand.
It becomes like a toxic relationship because it essentially comes down to failure to communicate. Now, Raffi, and I go through that all the time because he's toxic. But I think in this case, when you control the White House, the Senate, the House, I got all three. Fuck you talking about? Who do you blame other than yourself, Republican?
Yeah, people are comparing Joe Biden's presidency to Trump and highlighting the fact that he had no government shutdowns. But again, I really still don't, as a fully grown adult, don't fully grasp what it means for the government to shut down. Like, I don't understand what that means. Is it because Congress is talking and like fighting in like that little circle room? Is that what's going on?
Now,
Google
you
it.
talking about the circle room where the Senate twink was at, or what are you talking about?
One of those, yeah. They're probably one. Is that still open? And are they like deciding how to open back up again, or what's happening here? Like, I'm trying to find out how government shutdown works. My job, like, what does this look like? And I'm trying to find out how we can get my job shut down for a week. Real tea. Oh, okay. You wake up. Fine. Tables reversed right now. You wake up. Hey, we're gonna shut down for the week. You're furloughed for the week, but yeah, we need to figure it out. You're not. We're gonna come back in a week, but would you opt in? Would you opt in? Well, you had no choice, but how would you feel? Conflicted.
Great. I want y'all to know I'm being so serious actively. I don't know what kind of work style this is. We have talked about work, earlier in the podcast this season, but this is before my work got hard. So my approach to work is a little different right now. I think that I actively currently at work ask them to take me out of the position of leadership. I ask every day that it sucks. I ask for someone to take me out. When people fall or when I fall, I do not help them. I say, I'm trying to get you workman's comp so you can be out for a week, Diva. We need to be out. So anything, honey. I'm always down to be out. I'm down to clown. I have no problem. Work? I'm done.
I just feel bad because it affects DC's economy so much, like more than probably any big metropolitan city, a government shutdown like this. Because we have so many government workers here. And if they're laid off and the first thing they're going to do is they're not going to be going out. They're not going to be going to eat. They're not going to be going to shows, arts, hospitality. All of that is fucked with this government shutdown. I hate Trump. I hate you.
For purposes of future government agents holding this against us, I will not be speaking out. But
first of all, it did glitch at your face when that happened. Oh my god, they're listening. Actually, NuNu is a government agent. No shade. That's why she's dressed like that.
No, but in all serious,
she's dressed like an Irish spy. Yes, Zaro. I do like this look. Where'd you get? real quick, let's go back to the look for a second. So the mother Teresa. So is that like is that the dress? Did you like throw it over your back, or did you is that a separate piece?
I don't think a lady reveals their tricks. You know, I just open up my closet.
I love
I
when you
I
like move.
hear
It looks like your
something.
hair on your shoulders. You're like, bitch, yes. You have like a double stacked wig right now. So, speaking of double stacked wig, have we covered the government? Can we move on to the main event?
So
Are we are we ready to rumble?
for all you out there listening, if you don't understand, right? So when the government shuts down, right, it's when US Congress has failed to pass the budget, right? They have not agreed. So it's by the deadline, so things stop being funded, and that affects all non-essential activities. So you're losing $1 billion economically every time when we are not open. So people, these government employees are going without pay. Our people, our friends are telling us that they have until October 31st, and after that, you know, they don't know where their job is going to go. So this is definitely going to affect things in DC. The enjoyment, just the vibes all around. But we're hoping for a resolution.
You know what's the biggest slap in the face? When you work for America and you see how much they pay for war and genocide and funding for like keeping fucking communities fucking down in public schools to be terrible. You see all that, and then they lay you off, and they're like, "Hey, well, you're not fired, but you're not working, so we're not paying you." Imagine that. That must be crazy. Because you know you have money. We're paying taxes right now. We're paying, so that better come back as a fatter income tax. Like, let's call it out. If the government shuts down that year, do you get a fatter income tax? Because we're still paying taxes. So if we're still paying taxes, why are you not paying your employees?
It
Trump,
is Trump don't give a fuck. Trump, or
bitch.
Kinks, as my favorite podcast calls them. I think he just wants to be a king. I don't think he wants the government shutdown to happen so that he can just make things chaotic. Because he just says things like sometimes it's good, maybe it's okay. Who knows? Who knows? But I think this fascism, authoritarianism, leaning action is dangerous, and we need to keep paying attention. Of course, keep our community safe. But you know who is not safe? You know who is not safe out here in these streets? Cardi B, Barney B, Bocce B, however you want to feel it. But Cardi B is a flop.
Bocce ball.
Cardi B is a flop. I'm
Oh my
sorry to
god! First of
say
all,
it.
whoa! First of all, we're gonna go through the whole timeline.
That
We're
is
gonna
the
go through the whole.
timeline.
Let us go through the timeline. We're not giving sides yet. We can save that for the end. But we have to talk about it because it feels like fucking 2018 again. We were before the pandemic. We're at 2018 Fashion Week, and the shoe was thrown. This is where we're at right now. And we have to, we thought it'd be, as two people that really appreciate Nicki Minaj's music, and as someone who was going to go see Cardi B live at Echo Stage, I never got to see her because she showed up at 1:45 in the morning, maybe even 2:45 in the morning. Who knows? She didn't give a fuck. I kind of, after that moment, the fantasy got lost, and then I recently saw her at the courthouse, and ounce of respect and just a want to meet her, to laugh with her was sparked. But we have to talk about this because ultimately, yeah, you sent me some screenshots that I was gagged. So, NuNu, let's go down. Let's go down memory lane. How did this all start?
Absolutely. So, as the class knows, Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap and have always been so. So, in 2000, 15, 16 or so, this really charismatic, fun girl started making videos on Vine, getting popular, and she was a stripper. She was also making music, and she became so popular that she ended up on Love and Hip Hop, right? Shout out to
Yes.
Mona Scott. So, Cardi B joins the cast of Love and Hip Hop New York. So after Cardi B joins Love and Hip Hop New York, now were you there for that? I want to ask, were you watching Cardi B on New York? I Love Hip Hop New York because I was. I loved her video. She was funny as fuck. Obviously, she's hilarious. She's literally so charismatic.
I definitely watched because I feel like she was on before I watched Love and Hip Hop, and then we watched the Love and Hip Hop Los Angeles season 3 reunion, and then I was hooked. And then that's when I rewatched New York. But I honestly only watched it for Cardi B when I really was fucking with Cardi B. And yeah, she's hilarious. And again, the courtroom moment that happened recently, that's when I was like, oh, this is what you are. You are hilarious. Hilarious.
No, all
So,
those memes are
right.
so funny, and she has
Yes.
so many memes from from that area. I still quote it. What was the reason? What was the reason? It's hilarious. And she's always been a firecracker, right?
She's a
And been
Libra.
honest.
And don't you resonate with her because you are a rising Libra? You're a Libra moon. You're a Libra moon.
No, I'm a rising Libra,
Rising
absolutely.
Aries.
No, yeah, I'm a rising. Imagine me being a rising Aries. I'd be like you. I'd be a bitch.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Aries moon.
I love Cardi because she is the same age as Raffi, right? So being born in this uh era, right? We're peers, so we always resonated. She's funny, and also she was honest. I think that's the thing about Cardi. That's why she got to where she is, because she is so honest. She was honest about being a stripper, honest about how she treats men, honest about what type of men she wanted, and how she wanted to just earn money for her family, earn money for herself, and that's really it. That was her goal. So luckily, the fans were enjoying her music, and we got these mixtapes, and we got that breakout record. You remember? Do you remember the lyrics still?
Bodak Yellow.
Yeah.
Another check from Mona Scott.
No, I
Got
could
me
still probably
rocking around
recite
my
it.
way. I get you. You get got. But also, there was other songs in that era that were really good. Like her, I think her mixtape
Oh
era
no,
was
lick. Looking
Lick.
like I got a lick.
Yes, that was I feel like that was her
No, she
era.
ate that. She did.
And
It
that's
was
the thing about these
fun.
new girls. No shade. These new girls, Megan Thee Stallion, no shade. The new girls, the mixtape eras were so good.
Yeah, I
That
do think the streaming era is hurting the girls because they kind of go either TikTok or streaming, and it's like the mixtapes used to really force them to do something.
yeah, you really had to put it all on there. And so, but yeah, oh my god, yeah, oh my god, Lick. That was such a good song. And so then obviously we all know her predecessor, the blueprint, the pink print, some might say. You know, she's NuNu's age. The Barbie, the Barb, the lead Barb, Nicki Minaj,
Or Jugo Barbie.
Harajuku Barbie, followed right after, what's her name?
Follow.
Little Kim. Well, I mean, Little Kim had her moment, and then there was, silence with, she
She did go to
really just
jail. She went to jail. I mean, her, Remy Ma,
okay.
Foxy.
So
She
I guess you can make fun of Little Kim right now.
no one's
I guess.
making fun. That's what
She
happened.
went
She
to
went to
jail.
jail. They went to
We
jail.
went to jail. Okay.
And that
She
was
got
a
a
hard
parking
comeback back.
ticket.
But when Kim came back, I still feel like she had a presence because that last real album was amazing. Lighters Up was still my favorite song. It felt like I was really from New York. Like I really
No, I
felt
believe you.
in
I
it.
believe that. You've said it before. I love New York.
And then when she went away, there was obviously a gap to fill. So when Nicki Minaj came, obviously years ago, she was that gap, and she broke records. She's everywhere. She's doing everything. But of course, being the first female to do a lot of these things, there's a lot of barriers, right? So she's opening doors. So in 2017, when Bodak Yellow becomes number one, it becomes this weird comparison between a female rapper that's super successful, Nicki Minaj, who never had a number one, and Cardi B, who gets the number one, and who's also now benefiting from this modern era of streaming, right? Which is not something Nicki was able to benefit from prior to the Queen era in 2018. So we already start pivoting and pitting these women together, which leads to the inevitable drama. One of the best rap songs, but one of the most messy rap songs in history. This is what caused them to go at each other. All really because of messy men,
Yes.
and the fact that Cardi B is illiterate.
Thank you for
I
saying
mean,
illiterate, because let's just highlight that. That will be a theme throughout this entire timeline and story and lore, is messy men that need to mind their business. Period. Stay out of women's business. Patricia, until you leave, your name is Patricia. Who said it? Who said it?
yeah, one of them.
So
So
Motorsport,
what would
yes, great song.
I can't
Shows
listen
so
to
much
it. I
potential.
can't listen to it anymore.
I blocked that song out. I had to go because I'm teaching cycle again. If you are on Class Pass, you can take my class every Tuesday at 6:30. I have a great taste in music, and I might play Motorsport because I found out I listened to that song recently because I used to play it all the time in my classes, and it was such a good song. But I didn't even realize I blocked it out. I blocked it out,
Because you're a barb.
and I feel very sad about it because it's such a good song, and there's so many good lines on both sides. But
Well, yeah, for
so,
sure. I'm the
but
Trap Selena.
dive
What you
it,
talking about?
dive into it, dive it.
So Motorsport with the Migos, rest in peace, Takeoff. He's a Gemini. That's when they were a thing, right? So the Migos were still together. They were alive. They were still together, right? So they're everywhere. You remember like Walk It Like I Talk It. You remember Bad
Yes,
and Bougie. You remember all these like
Bad and Bougie was like the
icon,
first song that like I think I caught from them.
iconic. And so we have Motorsport. Cardi is with, oh yeah, she's still married to Offset. Quavo is, running around doing whatever, but he still was friends with Nicki. Nicki's referencing them, right? Referencing them, not in just Motorsport. Before that, what was that one with Katy Perry? Oh yeah, Swish Swish, right? She's talking about the Migo.
Yeah.
Everyone's, playful. Nicki was also on the Boot Up remix with LMA. Boot Up with
Yeah.
Quavo, and then we also have one of my favorite verses from Nicki Minaj, which was "Is She for Keeps" with Quavo and Nicki Minaj. So again, a lot of collaborations during this era, and then we have Motorsport. So pretty much when they recorded the verses, Nicki referenced herself as the coach and Cardi the QB, the quarterback. Now, if you don't understand sports, it kind of sounds like, the coach is over and controlling the team, right? Instead of this kind of homage. It's kind of homage.
I'm gagged because I'm just realizing that's what it was about.
Yeah. The original verse was, if Cardi's the QB, I'm the coach, I'm looking or something of that nature. And then when Cardi heard it, she's like, what is she talking about? I'm not this, blah, blah, blah. Nicki goes to Quavo and say, hey, can you squash this? Quavo responds to Nicki and says, oh, well, like, you're not my girl, so I can't like defend you or type shit. That's
A
literally sent a text
Sagittarius.
message. Literally.
Wait, Quavo's
So
the Sagittarius, right? I knew she was with us. No, Offset's the Sagittarius.
yeah, Quavo's the Aries.
Quavo, that's so messy.
It is messy, and that's kind of how it started. And so Nicki changed the verse. It literally changed to Quavo this instead of Cardi, and it kept moving. But then the music video, Nicki Minaj had a really great hairstylist, Tokyo Styles, trans, icon, great hairstyle, have great styling potential. But when Tokyo said, "Oh, I can't do your hair," and because I'm doing Cardi's, it also became this more extra drama that it needed to be. It just became a layer of layer of layer. Nicki ended up, filming that video by herself because Cardi didn't want to be in the room with her. It was a lot. It was a lot of drama, which led to that giant, feud online.
So let's put a pin in this story because it's gonna. Now that you're telling the full Monty, the full story, the full tea of it all, I'm seeing it already. No, let me save this. Let me save this for the second occurrence because you just brought it up. It's 2018. It's New York Fashion Week. Nicki Minaj is in that beautiful, again, trend-setting, wet blonde hair over to the side in a beautiful cheetah gown, like beyond titties to her fucking cheeks. Body amazing. And, Cardi, I'm setting the stage, but go ahead, tell the actions from there.
At
Because,
this point, after they had a online beef, right? They went back and forth talking about each other. That's how we got to Queen Radio and all these things. That was a
yeah,
good era. Cardi's accusing her of bullying her and all these other things, stopping bags, this whole era. But they finally confront each other after 2018 Harper's Bazaar, a party where Cardi approaches Nicki, tries to get a reaction, get at her, throws a shoe, and then due to security and Ra Ali, Nicki's friend, Cardi left with a couple knots, and Nicki went outside and took some pictures in that iconic blonde
yes,
leopard dress. That was my favorite moment. I was just
yes,
to be so petty to be like, I didn't get hit, and now I'm out here. Ooh, nothing happened.
standing on top. And that's where I wanted to lead to. I wanted to add a trend already. And it seems like a difference. And I'm going to say that I can understand where if you don't understand sports, but also don't have emotional maturity or can't just squash something when it's not even there. I feel like this is why I originally did not stick with Cardi because it felt like you're just coming into the game and throwing levels of temper tantrums. There was levels of temper tantrums in this. And while Nicki, I feel like it might be a little slick to say, I'm the coach and you're the QB. I think it might be a little slick to say that. Let's just, call it spade a
I mean, she's a
she's a
Sagittarius,
Sagittarius.
and I'm never gonna sit here and act like Nicki Minaj has backed down from a fight, has not walked away from a fight.
Let me
She
get my
is
sneakers.
definitely Right, like no matter what happens, she will respond, and she is not gonna de-escalate. So it's not like shots were not being taken. Ever, I just feel like we got to the Queen era in 2018 where Cardi releases Invasion of Privacy, all these great songs, all these songs go number one. She had 5,000 ghostwriters. She got a million remixes. It was great. People loved it. They gave her a Grammy. Nicki Minaj has never gotten a Grammy. So when Queen came out, no
So
one was buying
stop
Nicki's
right there.
album.
Let's stop right there. And knowing that there's levels of ghostwriting in this, and knowing that there was levels of pushing brand like payola, this was their Nicki Minaj erasure was very extreme. It was
The hate
very
train.
extreme. It was the hate train. It was just like, are y'all kidding? Because it would drive me crazy. And I mean, to
Yeah,
see,
especially as a fire sign to see that
yeah,
you've done all the
yes,
work, you do all the real work, and then everyone all of a sudden is saying, "Oh, you're no one," and she's taking over, and that's just that. And you're supposed to lie down and say, "What? Sure." Crazy.
that all because, and like I said, mind you, and from the sign that, and again, we all know the kind of person that Nicki Minaj can be because she's a Sagittarius. But at the end of the day, I don't like when you're a different kind of person, you're a different kind of artist, in the specific, you're a different kind of woman, black woman, you're a different kind of woman, and because you don't act like as you don't show humility all the time. You don't show grace all the time. You automatically, because of that, you're going to get hated on. That is where I think is a huge like
Double
chapter
standard for women and
and
men.
a theme,
Yeah.
an overarching theme that no one wants to acknowledge to this day, I think. So let's keep going.
I think what people really were excited about when Cardi came out was to have, I guess, an alternative to Nicki Minaj. Because Nicki Minaj was doing it for over a
Yes.
decade at that point, it was kind of like, what else is new, right? But in the industry, use Cardi to achieve that goal, right? To take shots, to get the fans on other sides, and they did succeed in a way, right? They did allow her to open the door for less talented artists to make way. And so shade to the girls they came after, but I don't think a Lotto, Glorilla, Sexy Red, and I do enjoy songs, so it's not shade to the girls, but they're not writing or performing at the level of a Nicki Minaj, a Missy Elliott, a Lauryn Hill, right?
Yes.
So it kind of lowered the standard to allow Megan and all these other girls to kind of come through the door, which is great, right? It allowed everyone to be a part of the conversation. It didn't gatekeep. I think the issue though is that we tried to bury this woman who's still talented and still also young. I think the issue is we acted like Nicki Minaj was just like
Yes.
over.
Yes.
She wasn't in her 30s. What?
It was the perfect definition of the lifespan of like any sort of beauty queen or model. No, she's a female rapper. Nothing about it. First of all, models should never be aged out like the way they're being aged out. No career ages you out until you're ready to age out. And so imagine that. And my thing is, this love, and we're still in the love train for Cardi, but if you notice, the first thing people will say about Nicki Minaj right now is, oh well, Nicki Minaj is so problematic, she just talks so much shit, all this da da da. Cardi does too. Is it because Cardi hasn't 35 yet? Or is it because, like, that's where I don't understand. Because Cardi has thrown shoes.
She gets a lot of passes. She has a lot of passes. She did a lot of bad behavior. She crashes out online. She attacks her own fans. The album, the second album has a 7-year gap, which is insane for any new artist, but any artist, period, especially in rap. So it's just like
Do
she's
you
such a
think
crash.
she gets the spicy Latina edit?
I don't think she gets the black woman in it, and I think that helps allow her to maybe
Yeah.
pass because I think Jennifer Lopez also has a lot of negative attitudes. Have all people have always reported bad behavior, negative behavior, but no one views her as like this terrible monster.
Well, I mean, people don't like her. No, I really will say people don't like her.
Yeah, but it's not like people are blocking opportunities or being like the bloggers like
Yes.
she's the worst
Yes.
person ever. It's just like okay, people mean like don't like you for real, but like it's not
Yeah, but like
affecting
the
you for
TSA,
real.
people were blocking bags, and like I do feel like this was such a moment. But then, after the Grammys, after Queen was paid dust, even though It was
Still
probably
so
her
good
best
to
body
the
of work.
after Queen Radio, I would say, but we got some iconic moments because of Queen Radio. It was such a fun era, but then, yeah, I mean, COVID happened, right? So everything kind of slowed down, but then we were still in there, right? We got WAP. WAP was a moment in COVID, went number one, and
My
and was
God.
supposed to signal this, back that Cardi was back about to take by storm, and that was 5 years ago.
There was several singles. There
Yeah,
were several
Money,
singles.
Press, yeah,
Money,
and back then,
Press,
and those songs
Up,
were good. No
Up,
shade, up if it's
Up.
up, Press. All those songs were good back then. No shade, no shade, no shade.
All got dances. All got dances on TikTok.
Literally.
And it seemed like at that time she knew the game, and and Cardi was relying on brand deals and TikTok. Brand deals and TikTok. It was never about the albums, and that's fair because albums. We'll get to that, but no one pays respects to albums anymore. It's not about the album; it's about the
People
trend.
don't make albums anymore.
And so that was paying the bills for Cardi B. Was brand deals,
Quick singles.
appearances, and
No tours.
TikTok sounds. No tours, no performances, which I think is fair, and I'm okay with her not performing. Because no, but let's talk about it. What she performed at the Grammys, and the world stopped for this performance with Megan Thee Stallion for WAP, the WAP performance.
Yeah.
This, so people were so again the passing on to this. Because do you think that Nicki got the same respect when she did Roman's Holiday on Grammys?
Well, I mean, that is what got her blacklisted, and that's why the Grammys, won't give her anything because, she refused to cut the performance that night, because the Catholic Church was not comfortable. So that is why she doesn't have a Grammy because she's not invited, because of that.
So again, it's very unfortunate. But so yeah, so she had several successful peaks to keep her in people's mouths. People still were loving her. She was still like on social media at this point. People were following her. People were embracing her.
And then Nicki, during this time from 2020 to now, is still dropping singles, dropping fun things like Yikes or the Beam Me Up Scotty re-release, which is still selling like 80K, which is more than a lot of these girls' actual albums. This is a re-release mixtape from 2009. And we also got the definitive Queen radio version of all these songs. So she's dropping singles, we're having fun. She's collaborating with number one people like Doja Cat for Say So or 6ix9ine for Fifi and all these fun songs, and she finally gets to 2020 and gets her first solo number one with Super Freaky Girl.
That number one started the reroute of the Nicki hate train.
Absolutely.
Finally, it hit its last stop. It made it to the last stop. It hit its destination. And then for some reason, people were like, oh, wow. Pound the Alarm is like the best song ever.
Well, it's also TikTok. We have to recognize TikTok's power in all this, but not just for Nicki Minaj, all artists. TikTok has allowed so many songs to come back and to play. How many
Yes.
songs from Natasha Bedingfield or Gwen Stefani, or just random songs that people pull out? They're like, oh yeah, this exists, and they're hearing for the first time. I've discovered so many songs on TikTok just from hearing sounds.
Yes. So we finally are in upswing. She goes to the Barbie premiere. The world stops. People freak out, and she's back. She's back.
Ice Spice collabs. We have Barbie World. We have Princess
Another number
Diana.
one.
We have
Another number
something.
one.
We have so many fun, so many fun moments, and it allowed everyone to see her for her place, right? Just that she's still here after all
The
the
queen.
girls that did everything, all the girls, Cardi and everyone else did everything.
The whole industry. The whole industry.
Literally. It was
The whole
corporate and
industry.
machines that went against me. They can never talk about Nicki Minaj. They can't talk about the talent. They can't talk about how she looks. They can't talk about really anything outside of that. And that's what I think frustrates people so much.
It's
Is
the
when they
lack of
can't.
perfection. It's the lack of perfection. She has to be perfect. She has to be perfect to be like respected, it seems like. But I'm bringing up those moments because I think those are the moments that people use to continue to kind of make it seem like Nicki Minaj is pressed about Cardi. And Cardi is just trying to exist. Cardi's just trying to have her kids and be happy. She's moved on from Offset. She's with this new man. She's finally like telling Offset, fuck you. So she's like gotten that whole like redemption edit.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever she chooses to divorce, I do think it'll be a better move for her. But Yeah, whatever. New man.
Wait, she's
Still.
not divorced from Offset yet?
No.
Cardi B's not divorced from Offset.
No, she is pregnant with baby number 4, still married to man number 1 with boyfriend number
So
but do y'all. I
we
say do
get
y'all.
so we finally have hit 2025. And Am I the Drama? No, not what you know as the meme that was circulating around TikTok around 2023. Thank you, Scarlet Envy. So that line was reused, recycled, and repurposed. So back to ghostwriter behavior. We have Am I the Drama? And we have Cardi B's return. Much awaited return. People have been waiting for this. People, especially, you know who's been also waiting for this? Barb's. But
I'll tell you, as a barb, I have been waiting. I have been waiting because I didn't think it was gonna happen. I did not think it was gonna happen. And sometimes it gives some people joy to look online and see, Barty Gang updates, Cardi updates, say, it's okay, we're still gonna get an album eventually, or I'm gonna stop making pages because there's no updates. It is amusing, Stan Twitter, but I was seated. Now, have I listened to the album? Absolutely not.
absolutely
I
not.
because you can
No
listen to it
shade.
other ways. You can listen
No
to
shade.
it on TikTok. You can listen to it, in other ways and that I just couldn't imagine listening because it sounds
First of all,
terrible.
don't tell me to listen to it. No one asked me if I listened to Pig Friday 2. Nobody asked if I listened to Pig Friday 2, which was the
Is
album was the album. I'm still going into the release of Am I the Drama question mark. That was the album that Cardi B went to sleep and woke up hoping she would dismantle and remove from being the top selling debut album, or what was it, album of
female rap
rapper.
album of
Yes.
this decade.
So we're here, and she drops it. People are up for Bodega Batty. People love Bodega Batty.
Bodega
Great
Batty.
production.
Bodega
Great
Batty.
production. Nicki Minaj, jump on that production. If I was Nicki, I would grab Bodega Body and make a fucking diss track
No.
with that song and show people how that song should be sang, rap to. No shade.
No, don't make no diss track. Just on the next album when it comes out March 27, 2026. I think you should definitely call up the reggaeton.
Yes.
Call up Carol. Call up Bad Bunny. Give us some.
Give us Two Step Part 2, but give us the real
Give
shit.
us some real Selena. What the fuck you talking about?
So this album drops and it's going viral on TikTok, and people forget that we're now reliving a female rapper feud with Cardi B and Bia short for Bianca.
Is I love that.
So we have a TikTok trend currently happening where people are repeating a lyric from one of Cardi B's new songs. Which one is it? Which one is it? I could not tell you.
I don't know.
I really feel like we should have Googled this part because we
I do know. It's Pretty and Petty.
Pretty and Petty. So Pretty and Petty, probably a 2-minute and 45 second song. She features a lyric that says, "Name 5 Bia songs pointed to your head. Bam, I'm dead." Or "You're dead," or whatever. Now, that is no shade. No shade. Whoever wrote that for her got that. Got that together. That was a great read. That was a good read, is honest. And no shade. I have yet to see someone name 5 Bia songs. And that's not Bia's fault, though. I don't think, but
Right, because I like Bia, but I cannot name the song.
I cannot name the song. I can name the original.
I can name a
remix
strong 2. I can name a strong
a remix and the original one.
if I count that, 3.
3.
Fuck you talking about?
Oh yeah, well, thanks to the one BF fan, I know London now. She knew London. But
I'm surprised. My favorite Bia song is with NeNe Leakes.
But can we unpack that? Do we know why Bia and Cardi B are
absolutely? So when Cardi B released the Like What freestyle video, because it was ghostwritten, she included these visuals from the song I was just referencing with NeNe Leakes, Millions by Bia. And that came out a few years prior, and she had the same type of aesthetic with this, white background and this very high, futuristic, sleek black cat suit and the same angle. So Bia was calling her out, saying, "You're stealing my style, blah, 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 blah," and taking shots. So, Cardi wanted to address it.
And I think it's shady because we don't know Fight Bia songs, but we do know Bia references. And I remember bling, 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 bitches are
Bitches are
mad.
mad.
So whatever that song was, that was on
Millions
millions.
and millions and millions and
So
millions.
so yes. So I think people are failing to recognize the pattern here where a rapper who's been established, who has a strong fan base, who has eyes on her, is gonna punch down almost at a rapper that's been around for maybe 3 years. 2 years. I think that is the trend that people are failing to recognize. And I think that we have to clock that this is a pattern, and the same pattern is not being like, why is she not being canceled? Why are people like living for her? If anything, in this modern era of anti-bullying, people should be on Bia and be like, you know what, let's stream Bia, because that is unfair. She's trying her best and we all love a whole lot of money. So let's cool it on that. So that's going on right now. But there's during the week, the first week of this release, she's going viral. People are streaming the fuck out of this song or trying to get the song to go #1. I heard Bodega Bad at 3 different Latino events that weekend. So people were trying to push this song heavy. Not to mention
They
Cardi
were.
B also the song Outside, which is also kind of about no shade. But Cardi B Outside, that song was the reference, that was the song of the SummerSlam, WWE SummerSlam this year. So she was heavily pushed by all forms of media. It did not matter what media it is. It is conservative, liberal. She is being pushed at all sides.
Yeah.
But we got to the week of the album release, and people are hoping that she dismantles Pink Friday 2. Did she take it? Did she beat Pink Friday 2?
I want to say that she sold the album on day one for $4.99. I want to say that
How much do albums go for now though? No, like though. Is it usually like $1 a song now still, or $1.25
it's
a
usually
song?
$1.29 a song. So and she had about 30 songs on there. So
So she
I'm
said
not sure.
each song was 30 cents.
But I think that she sold her album for $4.99. I think she had fun marketing by going into, the neighborhoods of New York, going on the subway, selling her album for $5, promising people pictures if they buy the album for $5. I'm walking around malls selling the album for
Okay,
$5.
let's. However,
And I wanna acknowledge the
yes.
very technical marketing strategy they took by adding WAP, by adding songs from 5 years ago that had already went platinum, so that by the time the album dropped, it was already certified double platinum, even though those songs came out 5 years ago. So she really wanted to make sure it hit, but when those Sunday numbers were delayed by Billboard and she was yelling at her team.
And that's right. Let's not forget, Cardi B is from New York. A New Yorker, not. I mean, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj is too, but Cardi B is a New Yorker, the Latino New Yorker. Let's just add that level. A Dominican New Yorker. She's gonna sell this album no matter what she can and will do. And I do not blame her. I would do the same thing. I would do that same thing. But selling the album for $4.99 is crazy. Is actually crazy. That you're not an indie artist. You're not this. How many people? Because we're gonna do the math. How many units does this album sell? Go.
The album has sold around 75,000 units once they filtered the results, based on week 1.
Units. Okay.
Well, it's 200,000 sales, but you talking about pure sales? The pure sales revolves to album purchases. Pure sales was 75K. The other was album streams. So
Okay.
I'll be clear.
Okay. So you said 75,000 units were sold.
Pure
Physical
sales.
copies.
Pure
Pure
yeah,
sales.
exactly. Physical.
Pure sales. Physical. No payola. Times $4.99. This woman, nothing to laugh about, but I'm assuming if this was someone's yearly income, period, honey, sign me up. You make as much as the president. But this album made $374,000, $250 in pure sales.
That's less than the
sales. In
the
pure sales.
coach's salary at UMD.
And not to compare, but we have to compare because this is talking about the legacy. How many units did Pink Friday sell?
228,000
units, and how many pure sales?
Pink Friday 2 had 92,000 pure sales.
1,000 pure sales, and she didn't sell it for $5.99. So already there's distinguishers. She got close. She got close. We're not gonna take it from her. She got close. She worked. She did
Absolutely.
everything in her power to get this done, but she did not. Now, Nicki has been quiet. She let this album, have its moment. What the fuck is going on Twitter? What the fuck is going on Twitter? September 30th, 2025, in the wee hours of the night, Nicki Minaj, somewhere in her mega mansions, Nicki Minaj on X tweets A B C D E F G rap like Barney, still ugly. Is there a reference for that tweet?
Yes, on one of her songs, Raffi B. Cardi B says some kind of lyric like 1, 2, 3, ABC. I'm the baddest bitch, NYC. Like it's like literally like that. It's like literally ABC.
Okay.
It's literally taking her own bar and just using it against her.
And then Cardi B at I am Cardi B tweets back, Cocaine Barbie. Now, if I was feuding with NuNu Paris right now, I would probably call her Cocaine Barbie too. So I kind of thought that was kind of a funny tweet as well. I think right now they're at neck and neck. Who took this first tweet? Clap if you think that Nicki took this first round. Who had the better tweet? And I am unbiasedly going to say, only because she instigated it and Cardi B only said Cocaine Barbie, I'm going to give it to Nicki Minaj. Because I think Cocaine Barbie was a little too, again, on the nose. Like, people have called her that. That didn't come from you. So I'm going to
Never does come from her.
I'm gonna go to the next tweet. A B C D E F G E surgery to look like me. Tell the rat and tell Jay-Z Rico fraud and perjury. Okay. And she misspelled Jay-Z. She put J, one J, Z with multiple capital E's. And then Nicki Minaj. So I think Cardi probably didn't tweet for the next 10 minutes. And Nicki Minaj took that as, you want to talk about mothers.
I mean, Nicki definitely likes. I'm quoting her. I definitely think she loves whacking these bitches. She loves.
She said, if you want to call me Cocaine Barbie, I'll give you Cocaine Barbie. I'll give you Cocaine Barbie. I'll give you Bigfoot. So she said, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, pregnant, play with his pussy or bussy, capital exclamation marks. To which Cardi B said, fuck, you're talking about my man. First of all, you want Cardi B to get off
talk about her man
and tweet something? Talk about her man. Talk about the man that she is laying with. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, your man have your man have to snatch pussy. Pussy tastes like honeycomb. Your bro be touching 12-year-olds. Now,
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Your man have to snatch pussy.
So you didn't sell it to me either.
Your pussy tastes like honeycomb, but your brother touches 12-year-olds.
First of all, anytime someone says honeycomb, I want anyone to know I'm a kid from the 90s, from New York. I don't think about whatever a honeycomb actually means. I think about the cereal. So and you bringing honeycomb cereal into a bar about eating pussy and 12-year-olds, I feel like this bar sequence is pedophilic. So Cardi B is tired of rapping. She's over it. She's literally like, bitch, my ghostwriter had to go home. She tweets, I don't know at what wee hour time, why you keep bringing up my album? It's not the gag you think it is. You've been in the game for 16 years. You need to compare yourself to your peers. Started around your time. Rihanna, Taylor Swift, Drake. Those are the numbers you need to be competing with. And you can't, cause you doing lower than all of that. I was in high school when you came out. What the fuck is you comparing yourself to me for?
Coppin', please. Coppin', please.
If this was happening in real time, in real person, it would look like Cardi B. If this was like a rap battle, this would be Cardi B breaking the fourth wall and being like, what the fuck, bitch? Like you're pressed, and it's a projection. Why are you comparing? Because she's comparing you to herself and saying the same way that you're trying to compare you.
All of a sudden she not in the same league as Nicki, but all the other years she been in. So I'm confused at why she decided now not to be in, because she didn't sell.
So I don't think she thought that was the biggest gag either. I don't think she knows if that paragraph didn't Really take it from me.
I love also when someone uses pictures. I think that Nicki Minaj using Roger from American Daddy to represent that image. Do you know the reference she made?
I don't watch American Dad, Futurama, but she continues with her bars by saying, I'm not going to write a paragraph because I don't have time for that. Raw dogging pregnant with the fourth baby Barney BV HPVE allegedly.
Such a lyricist. I think she's so funny. While I'm not going to read this whole paragraph to you all, I'm not reading this whole paragraph because you guys are, adults. But I want to summarize. It says, "Is I'm the Barney B in the flop? Is I'm lying about fertility when the queen has never once seen or spoken to a fertility doctor in her life? Is I'm the one sleeping with Trey while hubby fucking sweetie and taking my big gooey hole for alimony? Is I'm going to be sued when the queen show her medical records to the courts? Rock Bottom Nation, we win again. Desiree, I have your medical records too. Smiley face. The lawyer said we gonna have Barney be homeless within 36 months. Praise God. Lucky we eating cake right now. It was her child's birthday during this happening. It was her child's 5th birthday during this event. Barney B, I know you don't know this, but some women plan their pregnancies, you dirty Heineken pussy twat. We don't let niggas fuck us while we pregnant for the next Trey who got 4 other people pregnant. You see, the devil has come to collect. You sold your soul. You made a pact. Not now you lost. Now hear this. You have been neutralized in the mighty name of Jesus. Every word you speak on me or mine will now curse your enablers more than your dizzy brain could ever fathom. I was pregnant for my first love, got married, and the next year got pregnant for my soulmate on purpose. You see, Barney, we planned it. Your medical records in the strip club to now look embarrassing. And your father? Well, anyway, you're about to shrivel up and die inside. You called black women monkey and roaches. Now, one day, people will call your daughters monkeys and roaches. Anyway, I used double the protection in every relationship until I was ready. See the difference between a hoe and the queen?
Wow. Still very lyricist wise. I'm so glad you read that to me because, yeah, she kind of did eat her up. But, well, I just want anyone to know that if you think that NuNu doesn't like you, that is how she talks shit about you. So that was a read. She went everywhere. I don't think there's anywhere left to go. You would think, that was a long paragraph. We're done here. Nope. Cardi B went into ChatGPT and tweeted out
a lot of things. Child, she
5
said 5 separate tweets.
5
The
separate
first
tweets.
being, girl, it's your son's birthday. Why are you on Twitter dedicated
No
essays
shade.
to me?
I
For
want
the
everyone
love
to know.
of
I want everyone
God,
to know. No shade.
go to
That
Chuck
was
E.
shade.
Cheese.
That is shade. That is shade. I want everyone to know that is shade.
That little kid don't know his birthday. That little nigga 5.
That little kid is crazy. First of all, about Nicki Minaj's son, her son.
Wait, bring that ass here. You talk about my father? My father ain't never been to jail a day in his life. Go get a detective and tell them to run them records. Don't put them dirty ass allegations from your bloodline on mine. Your daddy was a crackhead and your brother was raping his stepchild. You got medical records on me? Post them, bitch. You gonna leave me the fuck alone today. And let me tell you something. Let this be the last time you mention my kids before I spill the tea on yours while you talk about ABCs. You're gonna leave me the fuck alone today. Oh, I'm sick of you, bitch. Like, damn, how you fucking press over an album you ain't got a hit in or mention in. Bitch, feelings hurt because I ain't pay her no attention. You haven't even cut your fucking kid cake. Oh my God, this is o'clock in LA and you must have took your first line of the day. When have I ever had a seizure? You're the one that went to the award show saying you ain't want to call 911 after you was shaking from that drug overdose. Talk about not misunderstanding right her.
Oh, and this is the last tweet. This is the last mention on both sides. The PR team said, "Can y'all stop?"
It's crazy. Nicki Minaj actually just tweeted 3 hours ago. Insane. Definitely tap in if you're Team Cardi or Team Nicki, but either way, it's entertaining. I hope they keep going, but no violence, no drama, not for real, because it's just petty stuff, right? And I think that
It's just reality
whether
TV.
right, it's just like reality TV but online. Which brings us to our conclusion of our hot topics. Wait, there'll be the headlines. We love you all. Thank you for sticking with us, listening. You can find me at NuNu Paris.
And you can find me on Wait Raffi, and you can definitely find me on Wait Raffi on YouTube, where you can find this episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining me.
Follow us at Reggaeton Brand.
First of all, I am booked and busy this October, so make sure to check me out at Diosa, which is on 14th Street, Diosa 14th Street. I'll be there for Reggaeton Thursdays, October 9th, October 23rd. I'll also be doing Con Accento October 18th at JR's with Every Pleasure. I also have October 19th. I'll be reading uh, the cold open to the horror script I'm writing at Nightmare on 8th Street. So I'm very excited about that. So that'll be October 19th. And then October 23rd, I'll be back at Reggaeton Thursdays. And then October 25th, we have Reggaeton Brunch. So it's going to be a great month. I'm super excited. Also, I'll also be at Metro Bar. I'll be at Metro Bar November 2nd for Gosa with DJ Molina. I'm very excited about it. So a lot of fun
Oh,
gigs. Repping. And
so
you guys
fun. We're
don't
gonna
need
see
don't
Raffi
don't.
everywhere.
And
We're
I
gonna see Raffi
know
everywhere, and I can't wait for y'all to see him. So make sure you follow him so you can keep up for the best DJ to this party. You can you can definitely find me. I'll be at the Coop at October 3rd for Taylor Swift Bingo. I'll be
she'll be
at
the only one
JR's
at the
on
coop.
October 11th for Taylor Swift, the Life of a Showgirl album release party. And I'll also be at Reggaeton Brunch. We'll see you next time for Wait,
Wait,
Don't Do
don't do
It!
it.